Hello everyone, and welcome to my solo RPG journal. Today we're continuing the story of Gabriel, the alchemist who has moved to the city of Flyridge to set up a shop. He's had an eventful 3 days since moving to the city. He hasn't established a place to live yet, but he has found out what he needs to do in order to set up a shop. So he has found out that if to become a guild-approved alchemist, he needs to get a license. So he needs to get some sort of accreditation, or at least someone to sign off on him getting the license. He was referred to 3 different people, and he's been trying to find one named Essence, an alchemist named Essence, who should have been the easiest to find, as someone who spent a lot of time around the guild. However, he's not been having very much luck. What he has done is sort out a bit of a diversion in order to find some funds to set him up. So inside the town, he was running a little bit low on money and needed to find a revenue stream. So he went out to the Adventurers Guild and found a group who were looking for help tracking some bandits. Actually, they were looking for a missing caravan, which they suspected that bandits had taken. He headed out with them and found the caravan and dealt with the bandits. And he's just parted ways with them, saying that he went with them to the Merchants Guild, got paid, and they hired on for an escort mission as some more merchants went out there to retrieve as many of the goods as they could. He's parted with them, saying that he needed to find one of the alchemists and was going to continue pursuing them, but he has told them that he knew someone that might be able to help them out from time to time, and that he'd get them to introduce themselves. However, he doesn't actually know anyone in Flyridge. So the question is, if he wanted to go and masquerade as someone else, essentially, his thoughts on this is that he doesn't want to live the life of an adventurer anymore. He doesn't want to be an adventurer. Doesn't want to be known as an adventurer. He was a little bit in need of money and doesn't mind people knowing that he is capable to some extent, but does not want. He has moved to the city of Flyridge to start a new life. Having been an adventurer previously, he has had enough of that. However, he's also realized that he might find himself in times where he needs to get involved somehow. If there's a city with a bandit camp, it might need. He has resolved himself to, if he needs the money, get into it. But he doesn't want to be seen doing that as himself. So he has said he would have someone introduce herself to Dania. However, to do that, he's going to need some equipment if he wants to masquerade as someone else. So he is a druid. He's going to wild shape. He's going to use his skills after leaving the Merchants Guild, finding a empty place, and he's going to turn himself probably into a cat, a small animal a tiny animal that will go unnoticed in the city, and head out back to the bandits' camp. And what he's looking for, because they left the bandits there as is. They're still there. Their corpses are there and not being tended to. So he's going to leave, trying not to be seen, to collect anything that he can, that he will find useful. I think that he's already searched through the bandit camp, so he's got some idea of what he needs. So let's just start taking some notes. He's getting equipment, and we'll call that for the moment. There we go. So he's going to head back out. We'll just get some statistics for a cat. So the first thing he's going to need to do is find a place that he can actually turn into a cat without being noticed. So we're just going to roll a hide check. Am I going to roll? He's going to take his time to find somewhere. So essentially I'll be taking 20, as he's not in any particular hurry. He just wants to beat Dania back out there in the case she heads straight back out to guard the camp and all the merchants' goods while they're waiting for the caravan to go out. And that would have been something that they would have been discussing doing. Get it hiring on for more work, going out there and protecting it, camping there until the thing. They probably would need more people, as it was just the two of them. And Gabriel wasn't interested in continuing on. He was hired on as a guide. He helped them find it, and proved not to be hugely useful in the fight. So he's heading. His only real concern is beating Dania out there, so he's not too concerned about taking too much time. He doesn't want to take too much time, but he doesn't think he's going to take it too long. So he'll take 20 to hide, find a spot, and head out. Doesn't need to worry so much because who cares? It's a cat. If anyone sees him leave, the question is, his speed isn't that great by itself. So he's going to turn himself once he's gotten far enough away from the town and from anyone else. He's going to turn himself. Oh, well, does anything happen? Is the question. So ask a question. Does anything happen as Gabriel leaves town? I think it's pretty unlikely. Oh, something happens. Okay. So Gabriel's trying to leave town as a cat. Does someone try to catch the cat? Does someone try to catch the cat? So asking the oracle, say it's yes. So someone's just trying to catch the cat. And so what do they want from the cat? So let's go NPC, UNE NPC importance. Random. So NPC conversation importance, demeanor scheming, bearing arrangement, focus flaws, importance, scheming. So that's the conversation mood. Random. So NPC are distrustful of the cat. I mean, we're not really having a conversation, so the conversation mood's probably not. Okay, so what I've done is we've worked out that someone's trying to catch the cat, and the NPC, the person that's trying to catch the cat, is scheming. They're bearing an arrangement. So I've rolled an oracle that is supposed to give some information about a conversation that you're having with an NPC in order to drive the conversation. So the bearing that they have towards the conversation is that of an arrangement. There is some kind of arrangement that they are trying to come to. Their focus in the conversation is flaws. The flaws of some kind of flaw somewhere. And that's what they're focusing on. And so they're probably trying to fix that. Their demeanor is scheming. So I'm thinking that we've got... I've tried to do this fairly close to the Merchants Guild. And something that we know about the Merchants Guild is that, I know about the Merchants Guild. We know about the Merchants Guild, but Gabriel does not know about the Merchants Guild, is that there is a rat infestation. I should have some notes about that. The Merchants Guild. So gathering information. Some of these things. Okay, maybe Gabriel was aware, but he's not aware that there's some kind of magical portal. The rats are coming in from somewhere. Interesting. There have been several rat sightings around the arcade, so someone is trying to nab the cat, going, "Ooh, cat, all right, let's see if we can get them to chase out the mice." So, this person probably isn't particularly strong, just a commoner, so we'll just give them straight dice rolls. In any kind of that's a question. How do I set a challenge in a solo game? Do I roll a die for myself and a die for the opponent at the same time? Is that how we deal with that? If I get a different colored D20, I need to set up a macro to make this easier. Okay, I have two D20s. So no one has seen Gabriel turn into the cat. However, the cat is walking through the Merchants Guild trying to leave, and or he's walking away from the Merchants Guild, maybe not too close to it. He's close to the Merchants Guild, but not in the Merchants Guild. And someone sees it and tries, maybe in a back alley or something, not a too crowded street, not too crowded a street, and he's going to try and grab him. Now, I pulled out a green D20 for the NPC, and I rolled a 16 on that. And on the D20 I've been rolling for Gabriel, I rolled a 20. Now, I did say that I was going to say it was a human. I guess we can see elf or dwarf, because that'll give him a human, elf, dwarf, human. So we're just using the straight rolls. So that's 16 to attack. How does grapple work in this edition? I think you hit and then you roll Repeatedly in a grapple, you need to make... a grapple check is like a melee attack roll. Base attack bonus plus strength. Okay, so Cat is tiny, so -8 to his roll. So that's a 8. So he misses me. And he gets Gabriel gets an attack of opportunity against him. So I think that Gabriel's going to scratch him. Rolling a 20. Claw attack 1d2 -4. Which isn't going to really do too much. I'm sorry, what? 1d2 -4? So 1 damage. Because I don't think you can do 0 damage. Oh, is that a 5th ed thing? Doesn't matter, you can... 1 damage. So Gabriel scratches him as this guy lunges at him. And... male, female? Female. So this woman lunges at the cat. And he quite happily jumps on top of her and scratches her arm. Not particularly impressed. So, does she continue? He hisses at her, and she does. So he's going to bolt, and she's going to chase him for a little bit. But I don't think she's going to chase him too far. I think that we've just had a little interaction where he's now running away from her. He can get into smaller places because he's currently a tiny animal, and she gets away. A human woman from the Merchants Guild tries to grab Gabriel. Looking for a cat who can catch mice for her. Catch rats. He scratches her and bolts. Going through, he's going to try and get through the main gate after this. Does anyone ask question? Does anyone care as he leaves the gate? Unlikely. No. And is he able to change form without incident? Is he able to leave town and change form without further incident? 50-50. No. Okay. So what's happening? He gets out of town. No one cares as he leaves the gate. It's just a cat. But there is a patrol leaving. Now, does the patrol... so I need to ask a question. Ask the Oracle, is the patrol for the bandit camp? Now, this is unlikely. Okay, so they're looking for the bandit camp, so he's going to have to... So, the guard... Okay, so has Dania given them information? This is unlikely. No, so Dania hasn't given them any information, so they have just decided to go out looking for the bandit camp because we did. Earlier in the day, there was a scuffle resulting in the deaths of 6 people down the path, and they took one of the bandits captive. So they've had a little bit of time to question him, and they know that he was very forthcoming with us, so there's no reason he wouldn't have been forthcoming with the guards. So they are probably heading out to deal with the bandits. This won't really affect the contract with the Merchants Guild, because the bandits have been dealt with, and their goods have been reported back. So the merchants will be able to deal with that through the bureaucracy and everything, and they'll be able to get their stuff back. In fact, it might help them, as it might make it easier for it might be easier for them to let the guard deal with it. But that's not Gabriel's issue. So the question is, can Gabriel get out of there faster than the bandits can? So I think Gabriel will run. Now, you can run for a minute in this game. You can run for a number of rounds equal to your constitution before you have to start rolling saving throws. So a cat can run for a minute. So he can, at the very least, pass them, but he's going to have to walk the rest of the way to the forest as a cat before he's able to wild shape again, which he'll then turn into a wolf. Now, wolves can move 50 feet a second, I believe. Or maybe he'll turn into a dire wolf. I'm pretty sure. I'll just check, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't matter. They both move 50 feet around, and then he'll be able to move pretty quickly. Overland speed rules. He'll be able to move faster than, quite a bit faster than them, through the forest to get to the bandit camp. So he'll at least get a few minutes in the bandit camp before anyone else shows up, assuming no one else is there. It's small chance no one else is in the bandit camp when he arrives. So, should have just turned into a bird, hey, instead of a cat. That would have made my life a whole lot easier. So he'll get there before anyone else and be able to shift back into a human if he needs to. But he might just be able to drag off one of the bodies. So I guess, is there any armor in the camp that he can make use of? He's looking for equipment, armors, weapons, and clothes. Is there any armor, leather armor, in the camp other than what the bandits were using? Now, he's already got a good idea of what's in the camp because he went through it before. And I think it's unlikely that they were shipping. Is it likely there? So there isn't. So he's going to drag off the body of one of the bandits away from the camp so that he can change. He's going to look for the most undamaged armor. So I'll have to look through my notes to see what the bandit camp. Okay, so there are a couple that had clean coup de grace. So their armor would be bloody, but otherwise, okay. So he's going to go and pull away one of the bandits' bodies off into the thing and try and hide it. Now we're not going to be able to roll a thing. Hide. We're not going to be able to take 20 on this, so I'm going to have to roll. Hide is dexterity. So dexterity is the same. Okay, so I've rolled a 20 to hide the body. And he's going to come out of a wild shape and start taking off the leather armor. I think the bandits were wearing studded leather armor that one of the bandits was wearing. Before he does that, actually, ask the oracle. Were there clothes at the caravan? 50-50. Yes, so there were clothes at the caravan because he's also after clothes. And also after a weapon of sorts. So the question is, what kind of weapons can a druid use? Club, dagger, dart, quarterstaff, scimitar, short spear, sling, and spear. We did actually say that he was able to get a scimitar previously in the camp, so I'm going to ask the question, can he grab another scimitar in the camp? And I think it's 50-50 because if they had some, I don't think the bandits had them. So I think that that means that it either came off one of the guards or it was something that they were moving, but for some reason it was with the caravan. So the question is, are there more with the caravan that have been moved into the camp? So 50-50. Yes, he can grab another scimitar, so he will do that at the same time, and he'll get everything else from the caravan. So he's going to have a look. So I'm going to silently remove the armor from this corpse because within minutes, I'm not sure what the distance was, and he wasn't quite able to move at double the speed he might have been able to move at double the speed because they'd been moving more carefully, thinking, not necessarily knowing that we've dealt with them, not knowing what's out there, whereas he's a big wolf. So he's going to remove the armor, not hugely quietly, move silently, -1, brilliant. Why has he got a -3 to the... because he put on the armor. Which I don't know. Is that he's taken it off. Has he taken the armor off? We're going to say that yes, after that roll, he has actually had time to take the armor off before. Probably before reporting back to the merchants. So in that case, it's not -3. It's +2, which isn't great, 10. So the question is, how quickly do they turn up, and do they find him? And no, they don't. They don't find him. So they don't show up fast enough. So he's able to remove the armor and take the sword, put it in his backpack, and turn back into a wolf, moving further down and across to the caravan to go through and find some suitable clothing. Now, is there anyone at the caravan? This is just as unlikely. No, there's no one at the caravan, so he will be able to... He's quite confident that he's quite a bit ahead of them now, having travelled the distance before, so he'll turn back into a human and start going through everything that's there, picking up odds and ends that he needs, clothes and other things, in order to assume yet another persona. So what I'll do is I'll make a list of that off stream and stick that into his character sheet and go through. I guess the question is, does anyone come across him at the caravan? And it's small chance. No worries. So he's going to get away pretty much scot clean. He's going to turn, I think this time, into a bird and fly back, carrying all of his things. So if for people who don't know Dungeons and Dragons, with Wild Shape, any equipment that you are carrying just melds into your form. So he's able to load up, turn into a bird, and fly away without any hassle. So we'll leave that there again, I guess. Just to break it up, I'll probably keep recording. But we'll break that up and leave it as he is landing back on the tavern, finding a nice quiet place to turn back into himself and head back into. In fact, no, he'd go straight back into the tavern and find a place, turn into a cat, and sneak into the... Oh, can he sneak in? Here's a question. Can he sneak into the tavern without being seen? So that's a 15, because a cat had that +2 to Dex. So that would be Owner's spot. Owner was just a human or something. Oh, he sees them. Does he care, though? He does care. And he's going to try and chase Gabriel away. So the cat doesn't quite get into the thing, or he's able to gets chased out the door and goes back around the thing. And can he find an open window? Can't find an open window to get back in. So, So I guess he'll just turn back into Gabriel in a quiet spot and walk in. The only real difference is that he is seen to be coming in with quite a haul. But he did pick up. They did know that he picked up armor, just not quite as much stuff as he had picked up before. But his wounds have healed a little bit. I believe he will have gotten... he's gotten some healing from the thing. I'll have to check how much. Each time you use Wild Shape, you regain lost hit points as if you had rested for a night. So, yes, he's doing a lot better now. Healing up a little bit. He walks in to the tavern and goes to his room. And that is where we'll leave the session. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.